like those 18th century Americans. They would never have put up with such a thing. They wouldn't have put up with this 20 years ago, let alone now. That's the key. And what are they trying to do? They're slowly trying, they're stamping this out. You know, they're stamping it out. Look what they did, the Civil War, what were they trying to do? Reconstruction, what were they doing? They're stamping out the South. They were stamping out. Yeah, the South was the last remnant of that, but, you know, I know. I know the slavery thing, I got it, but those guys, the South were the people, those were the original people that carried the original thought. Okay? And the North couldn't handle that.
And still can't.
And still can't. But how much is left now? There's, you know, I don't know, I'd say, like I said, you know, I'm almost 70. I'm glad I was born when I was. I got to live with the time that I lived. But I view it as you're hanging on by fingernails now. And it's not going to take much. And once that's gone, I'm not sure when it ever comes. I don't know when it comes back. Have you talked to any young people lately? Yeah, and I break every rule in the world in the college. You know, I'm not supposed to talk politics. I'm not supposed to do anything. I proselytize to those guys every friggin' day. I'll use any excuse I can to give them an hour lecture on something. You know what I'm saying?
Being a man.
Well, they're lost. They're lost.
I've
You know?
got two boys that are 19, 20. It's amazing to me. They're in tune and they're working there. They would have been here. But the caliber of their friends, what they have to choose as friends, is now slim picking.
Yeah, it's really. I'm very happy what I'm doing. I mean, it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. Okay, what I'm doing now. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Ain't a lot of money, you know, but thank God at this point in my life I don't need a lot of money. But you know, but getting those guys and having them come in and sit, their thought process is just, it's off someplace else. They have not the faintest idea about anything historical. I can't, you know, none of that.
They've never even heard any of these stories.
Oh, God no, God no. And you do understand that these places like Kings Mountain, there's monuments up there. You know, people in the beginning used to come around every 50 years or 100, you know, there used to be big gatherings, thousands, tens of thousands of people would come to these things, okay, to remember Kings Mountain, to remember cow pens. I was at Rivers Bridge down south, that's a Civil War battlefield. They used to do that, you know, on the anniversary. The last one that I read, that 14,000 people showed up down there for that last one, for one of the last ones. People remembered these things, okay? And that's what I'm saying. If you forget where it is you came from,
You're lost.
You're lost. And what I see in these.
Think about Pearl Harbor now. And that was
Oh well, yeah, like you know, but you know, and the kids I'm talking to, you know, I mean, I get some fresh out of high school, but a lot of them are like in their 20s. Some of them in their early 30s, okay? And they just don't know, you know, they don't teach physics anymore. They don't teach algebra. I don't know about this state, I'm talking about Florida down there.
Teach arithmetic.
Yeah,
I can't get there without arithmetic.
Well, and this is a big thing, and you know, and I'm not supposed to have to go over that too. See, I need to teach basic trigonometry, up to basic trigonometry for what I teach. These guys, they never had algebra. They never had algebra. They never had any, like I said, physics, anything to do with electricity. When I was in school, I had to learn the internal combustion engine, how an internal combustion engine worked. Electricity, everything about electricity, physics-wise and all that stuff, chemistry and all that, they don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore.
They don't need to, they've got a phone, it's gotta be on YouTube, right?
Well,
Exactly.
it's funny you should say that. I have them all the time. They tell me this all the time. I can Google it. I can Google it. So what I do is I bring them into lab, okay? I bring them in the lab, and I say, okay, I give them the instruction on how to do whatever this task is, okay? Whatever this task is. And then I give them the option, okay? You can actually listen to me, what I'm telling you, so that you can learn this, internalize it, and it's yours forever. Or you can ignore me. In fact, you can go up to the snack bar or whatever, just leave. Then when you come back now, I want you can Google this, or you can be one of the guys that listened to me. I told you to do this. What do you think the difference is? The guy that listened to me does it in about 25% of the time that it takes the guy to. Now, can you Google everything in your life? I don't know, maybe, okay? But the problem is, and then my next question is to them is like, okay, what's productivity? What's an employer paying you for?
Not to Google stuff.
Well, it's costing more. In other words, a guy that really doesn't know anything is going to end up costing this guy. You're losing productivity and money. He's not getting a return on investment. And so you have to explain the business side of this stuff to him.